I'm Jaslyn.
And I'm Annalisa. Today we're going to show you how to make a easy, quick, and healthy vegetable soup.
Usually when you think of a homemade soup, you may think that a lot of chopping is involved. Well, that is not the case for this recipe. This soup mainly uses canned vegetables, which are great for convenience and those on a budget.
Also, vegetable soup is packed with nutrients and fiber, which helps us support a healthy digestive system and overall health. This recipe calls for 8 servings total and provides 135 calories, 5 grams of protein, and 27 grams of carbohydrates per serving.
To make this soup, you will need 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 onion, 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of salt, and you can add more to taste, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and you also need 1 can of crushed tomatoes with tomato puree, 2 cans of sliced carrots, 1 can of cut green beans, 1 can of whole sweet corn, 1 can of peas, 1 can of tomato paste, and you will also need 8 cups of vegetable broth, which is usually about 2 cartons.
First, we always want to make sure that the cooking area and utensils are clean. You also want to make sure to wash your hands with soap and water. Doing this will help prevent potential germs that may get you or your family sick.
And when shopping for canned goods, always make sure to buy cans that are not damaged and always check for expiration dates. Also, clean the tops of the cans to prevent any germs from getting into your food. And I also recommend to use a can opener to open all the canned ingredients ahead of time so that they are readily available to be poured into the pot. Also, drain the vegetables as well, and if you do recycle, make sure to rinse the cans out with water. So now we need a large pot, and the stove should be set on medium heat, and we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil and let that heat up for a bit.
And while the oil is heating, we will start chopping the onions into small pieces. The onion is the only fresh ingredient that we will need. You could even buy pre-chopped onions to save extra time if you would like. So we know crying is common while cutting an onion. I would like to share a tip with you to prevent crying. So you want to chop off both ends of the onion first. Now you want to cut the center and remove the outer layer of the onion. You want to cut off both ends of the onion because if you cut the bulb part, you're releasing chemicals that may irritate your eyes and may cause you to cry.
Alright, so now that the oil has had time to heat up, we will add the chopped onion to the pot. And we will also add the 2 teaspoons of the minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And we'll also add 2 teaspoons of salt, and then the 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And now we will start to saute for a few minutes. We really want the onion to really absorb those flavors and become clear in appearance. And onions are low in calories and high in nutrients, including vitamin C, vitamin B, and potassium. They are also loaded with antioxidants that protect against heart disease, cancers, and diabetes.
Now we can start adding all the canned ingredients and the vegetable broth. simple, really easy.
It's a little hard to get out, but
So it may take a little bit of time, but just be patient. You can squeeze it out. But be sure to get all the broth out. Now, I like to use a spatula or a spoon to get all the content out. Some of it may be tricky. And also splatter. So my recommendation is to not do what I did and put the vegetable broth last. And the tomato paste may be trickier because it's really thick. Tomatoes, carrots, green beans, and peas are all great sources of antioxidants, such as vitamin C and vitamin A. Vitamin C helps strengthen the immune system and fight off infections, especially during cold season. Vitamin A promotes eye health and normal growth and reproduction of your child.
of course, you can also make this recipe to your liking. You can add more or less of certain vegetables. And if you're not a fan of some of the vegetables that are in this current recipe, you can replace any with canned vegetables you like, such as mushrooms or spinach. You could even add in canned black beans or any type of canned bean for an added boost of protein. Or if you're cautious about your salt intake, as some canned products can contain excess amounts, look for low sodium labels on canned vegetables or beans.
Now, since we've added everything, stir and cover the lid to allow it to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. We will then check on it and see if it's heated throughout. Preparing the meal was quick, and now we can just leave it on the stove to do the rest of the cooking for us.
After only about 5 to 10 minutes of cooking, the soup is all done. It smells wonderful and it tastes delicious. And you will want to let it cool for a bit before serving. It is extremely hot.
This soup is great for those rainy days when you need extra warmth and coziness. You can even pair the soup with a grilled cheese sandwich or a salad to make this a complete and filling meal. The soup is also great for when you or your kid get sick. This is because it is packed with all kinds of vegetables that help benefit the immune system. Remember, include a variety of fruit and vegetables as part of your diet. Try to get at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, which is about 2.5 cups.
Fruits and vegetables are low in calories, can reduce your risk of chronic diseases, and provide the body with nutrients needed for feeling healthy inside and out.
Thank you for joining us here today. We hope you enjoyed this cooking demonstration.
If you are interested in seeing more delicious and nutritious recipes, click below to like and subscribe to the RHN WIC YouTube channel.